2 Kings chapter 24, verse 1. During Jehoiakim's reign, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon invaded the land of Judah. Jehoiakim surrounded and paid him tribute for 3 years, but then rebelled. Verse 2. Then the Lord sent bands of Babylonians, Arameans, Moabites, and Ammonite raiders against Judah to destroy it, just as the Lord has promised through his prophets. Verse 3. These disasters happened to Judah because of the Lord's command. He had decided to banish Judah from his presence because of the many sins of Manasseh. Verse 4. Who had filled Jerusalem with innocent blood. The Lord would not forgive this. Verse 5. The rest of the events in Jehoiakim's reign and all his deeds are recorded in the book of the history of the kings of Judah. Verse 6. When Jehoiakim died, his son Jehoiachin became the next king. Verse 7. The king of Egypt did not venture out of his country after that, for the king of Babylon captured the entire area formerly claimed by Egypt, from the brook of Egypt to the Euphrates River. Verse 8. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. His mother was Netushta, the daughter of Elnathan, from Jerusalem. Verse 9. Jehoiachin did what was evil in the Lord's sight, just as his father had done. Verse 10. During Jehoiachin's reign, the officers of King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came up against Jerusalem to besiege it. Verse 11. Nebuchadnezzar himself arrived at the city during the siege. Verse 12. Then King Jehoiachin, along with the queen mother, his advisers, his commanders, and his officials surrendered to Babylonians. In the 8th year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign, he took Jehoiachin prisoner. Verse 13. Just as the Lord had said beforehand, Nebuchadnezzar carried away all the treasures from the Lord's temple and the royal palace. He stripped away all the gold objects that King Solomon of Israel had placed in the temple. Verse 14. King Nebuchadnezzar took all of Jerusalem captive, including all the commanders and the best of the soldiers, craftsmen, and artisans, 10,000 in all. Only the poorest people were left in the land. Verse 15. Nebuchadnezzar led King Jehoiachin away as a captive to Babylon, along with the queen mother, his wives and officials, and all Jerusalem's elites. Verse 16. He also exiled 7,000 of the best troops and 1,000 craftsmen and artisans, all of whom were strong and fit for war. Verse 17. Then the king of Babylon installed Mattaniah, Jehoiachin's uncle, as the next king, and he changed Mattaniah's name to Zedekiah. Verse 18. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 11 years. His mother was Hamutel, the daughter of Jeremiah from Libnah. Verse 19. But Zedekiah did what was evil in the Lord's sight, just as Jehoiakim's had done. Verse 20. These things happened because of the Lord's anger against the people of Jerusalem and Judah, until he finally banished them from his presence and sent them into exile. Amen.